I heard that my local GameStop was going to have extra Switch 2 stock, so I decided to go in and see what I could find. I waited about half an hour to get in. They had lots of Switch 2 advertising up. A lot of their shelves were cleared out too to make room for the new games. I managed to pre-order one and was told to come back around 11. When I came back, there was a line of about 50 people. I stood in line for about half an hour again. There was a full moon that night, but it was obscured by the clouds. An employee at the door checked my receipt and told me to go inside towards the back to pick it up. Another employee handed me my bag, and I headed off.
And now we have our Nintendo Switch 2.
It's now the next day, and I've just woken up, so it's time to unbox the Switch 2. Here's the front of the packaging. Side shows it in tabletop mode. Rear shows it in docked. And the left side shows it in handheld mode. And then on the top, we just have the Nintendo logo. Then on the bottom, it just has the table of contents. You've got your Switch 2 console, both Joy-Cons, AC adapter, charging cable, dock, grip, two straps, and your HDMI cable. So then, let's pop it open. You can see the sticker that GameStop put on there. And here it is. Wow, the tablet is absolutely massive. That is wild. Alright, so I suppose we should start by taking the Joy-Cons out. Here's the left Joy-Con too. Wow, that's really nice. It's got a very nice matte, almost rubbery finish to it. It's not going to slip out of your hands. The thumbsticks feel great too. They're so smooth. It's almost it's like a PS5 DualSense level of quality. SL and SR buttons are magnetic. They're actually metal, so that's what attaches to the Switch 2 system. Right Joy-Con here. Again, really nice feeling. Feels heavier than the left one. Button quality is really nice. Overall, it just feels so much more premium. And we'll pull out the tablet here. Alright, this is it. Switch 2 system itself. Wow. It's huge. You can see the intake vents there on the back. On the top, you've got your game card slot, headphone jack, second USB-C port if you want to charge in tabletop mode or connect the camera. This is the auto brightness sensor, your volume buttons, and the power button. And on the sides, you can see we have the slots for your Joy-Con too. Then we set this off to the side. You can see how to set it up here. Just plug it in, and then underneath the Switch 2 system, you've got your user information, the ultra high-speed HDMI cable, and your left and right Joy-Con straps. And this will be, yes, the Joy-Con 2 grip. It's very nice. Here, I will go ahead and slot these in and show you what that looks like. Wow, that is completely solid. That is a very firm connection. Feels great in the hands, so much larger than the original Switch. This will definitely be more comfortable to play on, for sure, than the original. So we'll set this off to the side. Got our USB-C charging cable here. This will be used for the AC adapter or whatever else you might want to plug in. There's that. The AC adapter itself. See, it's just got the USB-C port there. AC adapter, all that good stuff. Finally, Switch 2 dock. This is, again, much larger and much heavier than the original. It now has a cooling fan inside because the processor will help upscale the Switch 2 to 4K 1440p. Front. Sides, you can see the two USB ports. They're just USB-A, no USB-C here, but I suppose the top of the system will take care of that. Back. Right side, if we pop the back off here, you can see that it's got the power port, HDMI out, and your Ethernet port. So it's got the same features as the Switch OLED dock. Putting it back on is simple as that. And that's it for the unboxing. So now that we've got the Switch 2 tablet here, I'll go ahead and connect the Joy-Cons. Wow, this thing is huge. So much more comfortable to hold than the original Switch. Suppose it's time to get it powered up now. Start setting it up. Look at that. Wow, they actually returned the setup music, like in previous Nintendo consoles other than the Switch. That's so nice. That's the thing about Nintendo. There's always a certain charm to each system. I think the Switch 2 is severely lacking, but it seems the Switch 2 has brought that back. Okay, so we just select our language now, or region. Accept the end user license agreement. Now I'll go ahead and get connected to the internet and jump ahead. Got the internet set up. Alright, so we'll perform the system update. And select the time zone. With Nintendo Switch 2, you can play games wherever you want, however you want. It shows the 3 play modes. The system can stand at whatever angle you like, just pull out the rear stand. You can now connect the AC adapter to the top of the system. So, I will go ahead. There's a little tab here to pull out the stand. Wow, it is solid, just like the Switch OLED stand. You can see it there, that's the back. Go ahead and set it up like this. Asking to detach the right Joy-Cons, so you just press the release button on the side. And attach the left-hand Joy-Con too as well. And there we go. And select next. Do you want to? I'll set up and connect to a TV a little bit later. You can also use the accessories that came with the system to hold the Joy-Con 2 controllers in multiple ways. Also shows the Joy-Con 2 grip and the Joy-Con 2 straps being used here. Here's the attachment guide. When attached to a grip, the pair of Joy-Con 2 function as a single controller. To remove them, press the button on the back and slide. You can use the straps when you hold a Joy-Con 2 in each hand. Slip on the end with the strap and tighten firmly. To remove a strap, hold the release button on the back of the Joy-Con 2. And then you can choose a style. You can change it at any time. I like playing in handheld, so I'll go ahead and reattach the controllers. Now it's just finishing downloading the update data. You can see it restarting. System update complete. I do have my original, my Switch OLED, so I'm going to go ahead and do a system transfer. This transfers absolutely everything. Save data, photos, screenshots, all your downloaded games. This also includes your Animal Crossing island, so you don't have to worry about using the island transfer tool if you don't want to. So I'm going to go ahead and do this, and then I will be back when it's all done. Alright, I transferred all my save data over, so now it's asking me to insert the micro SD card so I can transfer all my screenshots and videos. So then, this is a great time to show you where the micro SD card slot is at on the Switch 2. Pull open the kickstand, and the slot is right here. If you want to download games, you'll have to get a new micro SD Express card. Your old ones from the first Nintendo Switch won't work. So, go ahead and insert the old card here. And there we go. So I'll need to do a system update if I want to use this micro SD card. This will most likely be the day 1 patch that Nintendo just released to make the whole system usable, any online features, playing even just basic Nintendo Switch games. Now it's done. The card can now be used. And now I'll copy all of my screenshots and videos over to the Switch 2. Now I'll have to do a system restart. Now you can see that the system transfer is complete. The theme color from the source system will be carried over, so that should be basic black. Very nice. So now, the setup's done and we can go to the home menu. And there we go. The Switch 2 is now completely set up. So here we can see the home screen layout is relatively unchanged from Switch 2, but now all of the corners are rounded, and all of the quick apps down at the bottom are in a bar format. And we can go to the full library here. Wow. Taking just a little bit to load all the titles for the first time, but that makes sense. Looks like there's a lot of stuff to be downloaded. You can see all the bars here. Very nice. This is a new layout for the software library. You have all software now, and then you can change the tab over to your groups. There's also new filter and reorder settings too. Reorder by publisher, shortest playtime, longest playtime, recently played. I like doing mine by title. And filter by all or downloaded software. So this will exclude physical games. Back to the home menu here. Go up to my profile. Interesting. So again, looks relatively unchanged. You can see all my play activity here. If you want to send me a friend request, just add that friend code. Invites to join GameChat and online play will appear here. Here's my friends list. You can see all of the corners are rounded now, and the profile pictures are circles instead of squares. You can add a friend, incoming friend requests, friend codes, users you've played with, local users, or your outgoing friend requests, and then other Now we're back to the home menu. You can see that Splatoon 3 is still gonna take a while to download. I have the DLC for it, so it's probably what's taking so long. Alright, so we'll go to the Nintendo Switch Online app now. Hello, welcome to Nintendo Switch Online. Let's start enhancing your experience on Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch. Wow, new format compared to the Switch 1. So I've got Nintendo Classics here. All the emulator apps. You can immediately launch the games from here. Got missions and rewards. Got 950 platinum points. They did away with gold points, which was disappointing, but I suppose it is what it is. And special offers, online play, all your save data in the cloud. I'm sure this is taking a long time because of being the first time opened, but still it's pretty good, speed-wise. So back to the home menu now. Go to the news feed. Here's all my news. Again, you've got bookmarks, channel list, and filter by all, unread, or just Nintendo news. And then if you go over to Discover, I suppose this is just new releases, titles in the news. Back to the home menu, let's check out the eShop. This is one of the biggest complaints from the Switch 1 on how slow it was. So, here we go. Okay, I will enter my Nintendo account information and get back. Signed in, and now the store is loading. Wow. Boy, it is so fast. It's not chugging. So you've got featured. You can search for titles. Deltarune Chapters 3 and 4 just released. So that's up here at the top. You can see what your friends are playing and get suggestions based on that. Here's the For You page. Recommendations will be based on your preference. Got my wish list here. All your deals. Bestsellers. You can see Mario Kart World, obviously, Welcome Tour, Deltarune, Tears of the Kingdom, Cyberpunk. Recent releases. Here's coming soon titles. Actually sorts them by month. Switch Online membership. And redeem a code. Very fast. It's very nice. If we go to the search, I'll just try something like Cyberpunk and see how fast it is. On the keyboard here, you can use the left and right bumpers to cycle through word suggestions. That wasn't on the original Switch, so that's a very nice feature. The screen, the refresh rate is definitely faster too. Everything is much more responsive. You just type in that, search it, and there it is. That quick. It won't take you 10 to 20 seconds just to find a new title or something that you're searching for. So let's go back to the home menu now. Go to the album. Here you can see all screenshots, videos. You can quick actions, upload to smart device, copy to microSD express card, copy to system memory, or delete en masse. Filter by screenshots, videos, system memory, or what's on the SD card, by user, and by game. Reorder them by newest to oldest first. And upload settings. You can upload your files to the Nintendo Switch app now, directly from your system, just like you would on PS5. Back here, go to GameShare. This acts like download play from the DS and 3DS. So if you have a game that supports GameShare, you can share it locally with other people without them needing a copy of the game. That works for even original Nintendo Switch systems. Controller menu. Change grip order. Search for controllers. How to pair controllers. How to use the GLGR buttons. How to use mouse controls. If we go to the grip order section, I'll disconnect the left and right Joy-Cons now. The force feedback, the Joy-Cons do have HD rumble, and it feels a lot stronger. It's much more like the DualSense's level. So I'll press left and right, and you can see we have them connected now. Shows the battery level of each controller. I'll reattach them now. So you can search for controllers as well. I'll hold this down, put it over here. You can hear that it's beeping. It only rumbled on the first controller, so this is much better for being able to find your controllers. So you can close out of this. How to pair controllers, just attach them to the system, or pair them via a USB connector, or using the sync button that's right here on the side of either Joy-Con. How to use GLGR buttons. This is only for the Switch 2 charging grip or the Switch 2 Pro controller. You can map them in the quick settings. And they save for each game on a game-by-game basis, so that's really nice. How to use mouse controls. Joy-Con 2 controllers support mouse controls. To try it out, select Next and follow the on-screen guide. Using the Joy-Con 2 strap can help make using the controller easier. So, I will connect the Joy-Con 2 strap to my right Joy-Con here. Just slot it in like that, and there you go. Now, if we press Next, to display the cursor, set the Joy-Con 2 on a table or flat surface and move it as shown in the image. Move the cursor to the Next button and press left or right. So, I've got my Joy-Con 2 here. You can see I'm moving the cursor. While using mouse controls, you can tilt the control stick to scroll through menus. So if you press up or down on the stick, it'll act as a scroll wheel. You can click the other buttons too. You can use mouse controls on the home menu and in compatible software. If any of you saw the Nintendo Switch Today app, there's a little Easter egg with this menu here where you can click any of the elements here on the screen, like you're opening the games or going to a profile. You can even pop the balloons here too. So that's fun. To go back to the play mode you were using, just pick up your Joy-Con 2 and keep playing. Just like this. Now I'll reattach the Joy-Con 2 and pick up where we left off. So then we can go to virtual game cards. This is Nintendo's like game sharing feature now that they've introduced with the Switch 2. You have to load each individual game on a non-host system, and it can be used for up to 2 weeks. So load on another system, or you can also lend them to a family group member. You have to manage that on the Nintendo website. It's a strange choice. I'm not sure as if I like it, but it is what it is. You can quick load any of the titles, filter your cards, load it on this system, load it on another system, or not load it on any system, and sort them by software, downloadable content, or an upgrade pack. You can reorder them by date acquired, title, or publisher, and help if you need it. Now I'll head to settings here. You can see we have airplane mode, screen brightness, auto brightness. This is a very bright screen, so it's almost comparable to the OLED, I'd have to say, with HDR enabled. Bluetooth audio, you can pair a headset or parental controls, accessibility, button mapping in quick settings. I'll have that turned on because I sometimes use different controller mappings. Text size, standard, large, maximum. You can have bold text, high contrast, and have zoom. If you double tap the home button quickly, you can zoom in on the parts of the screen. Helps if you want to read small text. Change the display colors to inverted or grayscale. You can use mono audio. Text to speech reads out text content that appears on screen. And change the voice type, text to speech speed and volume, and change speech to text during GameChat. Data management, you can see after downloading all the save data, I have 214 gigabytes left of the 256 that comes with the Switch 2. Move system, micro SD express card data, quick delete, manage software, your cloud, and manage your screenshots and videos. Then you have the user section, nothing new here. Controllers and accessories, you can change grip order, GLGR button settings, vibration, update controllers, Joy-Con 2 mouse controls, you can enable or disable that. Mouse sensitivity, I like having a high sensitivity for mouse controls. You can update the Switch 2 camera, test another USB camera, and change the language of your USB keyboard. You can calibrate the control sticks, motion controls, test input devices. And you can or test the touch screen, just like you can on the Switch 1. Switch Pro controller wired communication, that's great if you want to play fighting games. Swap A and B inputs or disconnect controllers so they're unpaired from your system. Down to audio, you can see system, speakers, and microphone. Switch 2 now has a microphone on top, so you can use GameChat. TV sound, audio output source, automatic, virtual surround. The Switch 2 also has 3D audio, like the PS5. Headphone virtual surround, mute when headphones disconnect, lower max headphone volume, test output, input microphone, automatic, system microphone. I'm sure if you connected an external microphone, you'd be able to use it. Noise suppression, input volume, and you can test the microphone. Hello, hello, hello. Display, HDR. Yes, this tablet display has HDR and up to 120 frames a second. TV resolution automatic, RGB range, adjust screen size, screen burn-in reduction, match the TV power state. I don't like this one, so I'll turn it off. 120 Hz output, which is great, auto low latency mode. HDR output for all software or compatible software only or off. I'll keep it for all software. And then you have to connect to a TV to adjust the HDR. You can create or edit a Mii. There's Mii list. You can select your Mii type, face, all your basic Mii settings. It's nice that they still kept this in here. Position, color. Look at this lovely creation I'm making. Wonderful. And you can select your style, body height, weight. Favorite color, same favorite colors that they've had. Glasses, mole, mouth type. Doesn't seem like there are any new options compared to the Switch 1. And before that, Wii, 3DS, and Wii U. You can choose a lookalike or copy your Mii from Amiibo and send or receive Miis from local users. Amiibo, you can enter owner nickname, delete game data, or reset your Amiibo. Themes, they just have basic light and dark. Hopefully we'll get more themes later in the system's lifespan. Notifications for completed downloads, friend notifications, platinum point notifications, and alarm notifications. and as well as the notification sound you can turn on or off. In sleep mode, auto sleep playing on system screen, I'll turn that to 5 minutes. Auto sleep connected to TV, 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 6 hours, 12 hours, or never, or even 15 minutes. Auto sleep when playing media content after 4 hours. Play wake up sound in TV mode. Keep wired connection active in sleep mode. And wake when AC adapter is disconnected. I don't like having that on, so I'll take that. System update. It's currently at 20.1.1, which is the latest update. You can update your dock, rename your system, manually unlock after sleep mode. You can also have a PIN if you want to enter that and prevent people from accessing your Switch 2. Language, region, date and time, system battery percentage, stop charging around 90%. This is great for extending your battery life, so I'll turn that on. Serial information, license agreements, intellectual property notices, software auto updates is on, share error information, and data clear options. And then you can put it into sleep mode. And you can just wake it by either pressing the power button or the home button. And it wakes up immediately. So like the Switch 1, you have your news here if you want to immediately go there, or just unlock the system here. Apparently there's a bunch of different sounds for the different buttons you press while unlocking the system. Here's ZL, ZR, minus, plus, left stick, right stick, and those seem to be the buttons that produce some sort of different sound effect. The rest, the left bumpers and the face buttons here all make the same sounds. So go back to home here. Now I'll open up GameChat. This is the final thing to check out. Switch 2 now has a party chat feature, so we'll open this up. Welcome to GameChat. Let's get everything set up and ready to go. With GameChat, you can chat with friends while you play, all together, anytime, anywhere. This feature will be free until March 31st, 2026, and then you'll need a Switch Online subscription after that. GameChat terms. Yes, 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 yes. I consent. Next. To use GameChat, you'll need to confirm your phone number. You'll need your smartphone. I set up my phone number now, so we should be good to go. To use GameChat, you'll need to approve friends for chatting. Approve them and you'll be able to see chat invites they send. Yep, I'll approve all my friends. Setup complete. Using GameChat, sign into your own account when using GameChat. It's recommended that you never let anyone else use your account. Please respect others so everyone can enjoy GameChat. Please do. Setup complete. So now, we can either create chat or see a list of your invites from chats. So then we can invite people to send this to. Doesn't look like anybody's finished setting up GameChat yet. Then settings, chat list. You can also open the GameChat menu from in-game by pressing the chat button. Then you have settings here, chat approved friends, mute microphone when entering a chat session. I like to have that on my PS5, so I'll keep that on here. Report people and view the terms. Here's what the quick settings look like. We've got sleep mode, auto brightness, system screen brightness, volume, airplane mode, and edit your button mapping. Alright, I've got my Splatoon 3 game card here, so I'll show you how to insert the game card. It's just here up at the top. It's a new way to do it. You pull it from the back here, and it just pops up. It's got this little metal top here, so it'll keep it in place. So we can go ahead and just pop the game card in like that, and it sits down perfectly flat. And now the game's loaded. I'll start it up and show you how much quicker the Switch 2 is compared to the Switch 1. The Switch 2 uses a new type of flash storage, I do believe, that is substantially quicker than the Switch 1. That loads in much faster. There's no Splatcast here. So if we go to the lobby, this usually takes about 8 seconds, 8 to 10 seconds on the Switch 1, so we'll see how long this takes. It's almost instantaneous. That is fantastic. You can see how vibrant the screen is with HDR on. I'd say it's almost as good, if not as good, as the OLED, just because of the HDR. I've got my Switch OLED and Switch 2 here side by side. You can see just how much bigger the Switch 2 is compared to the Switch OLED. Here's a quick size comparison. Here's a comparison of the tablet sizes. Left Joy-Con comparison. Here's the Switch 1, here's the Switch 2. Right Joy-Con comparison. This is Switch 1, Switch 2. The Switch 1 neon red is much more red than the Switch 2's neon red. This is more of an orange, really. And here's a comparison of them in docked mode. Again, you can just see how much bigger the Switch 2 is than the Switch 1. I hope you enjoyed this unboxing and overview of the Switch 2. If you like this, please like and subscribe for more great gaming videos. Thank you very much for watching.